Kia ora, no mai, haere mai. Welcome to St. Paul's Collegiate School here in Kirikiriroa, Hamilton. It is New Zealand Barbarians who are on the left of screen and Nafatukuda to the right. My name is Bevan Jenkinson and alongside me Andrew Virgo. I think Andrew, we're going to have some anthems.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Thanks Bev, welcome everybody.
I ask you
Exciting
respectively
encounter
if you're
today.
able to, please stand for the national anthem of Aotearoa, New Zealand.
Alright, so the anthem's out of the way. The anthem is out of the way. We're about to take on some hakas though. Both teams with their own haka. Verko, nothing like a haka, and especially with two teams going at the same time.
Well, certainly gets you pumped up for what appears to be an epic encounter here today at St Paul's Collegiate. The sun has just come out from behind the clouds here to really turn it on for us here as the referee makes his way out into the middle, Andrew Morton from the Bay of Plenty, alongside his assistants today, Josh Waller and Phil Black.
Bit of youth and experience on the sideline there.
Yeah, it takes all sorts in the game of rugby, and we've certainly got a good cross-section here today.
Well, actually, we did on Saturday as well with the assistant referees from the mighty Waikato. Yeah, we've had a bit of rain out here earlier, as you hinted to there, Andrew, and I think when I had my little bit of a pitch inspection, it was a bit greasy to the left of us, which is where New Zealand Barbarians will be defending, but okay to the right, which is an interesting combination.
Yeah, there's certainly been a lot of rainfall in Kirikiriroa here over the last few days, so the St Paul's pitch looks in pretty good nick though, so not expecting any issues today as referee Morton gets us underway here, and the kickoff is taken there from O'Connor and cleared away into touch.
Yeah, but I think that's been touched as well. So it is going with Nafatukuda's ball.
So the first line out of the game, early doors here for Nafatukuda to be thrown in by Nakora Wilson. And he finds his man in the middle there. Great start for the line-outs there for Nafatukuda. He's taken out into midfield on the crash tackle. And an early penalty here. No clear release from the New Zealand Barbarians player. Gives some nice early possession here for Nafatukuda down inside the Barbarians half.
We've just got a bit of an issue with the screen there, sorry folks, I'm onto it.
As the fly half there, Matheson for Nafatukuda clears the ball. It's landed just inside the halfway here of New Zealand Barbarians territory. Nakora Wilson to throw into the line out again. And he finds the number 8 there in the middle as it comes out into midfield through Matheson. They've lost position there though. A slight knock on.
Yeah, first chance we've got to bring Chris Tane in to commentary. How are we going, Chris?
Yeah, good, thanks guys. How are we? Looks like it's good footy on today.
Yeah, we saw the, you and I commentated the Nafatukuda versus the Northland under-19s, and you watched a bit of the New Zealand Barbarians taking on the New Zealand Schools. Should be an interesting one.
Yeah, for the New Zealand Māori boys team, they sort of overpowered Northland a little bit in that first start, and they're up against a bit of a tester today, so it should be a really, really good game.
So the first scrum of the game here now with New Zealand Barbarians under-18s with the feed, and maybe a reflection there of some slightly greasy conditions underfoot as the front rows have gone straight down.
Yeah, nothing like a good old scrum reset and a bit of code, is there?
So Joel Russell from out of Napier Boys High School to feed in here for the Barbars. And Whatukura has earned themselves a penalty there.
Yeah, I think that one's gone against the tight head number 3, Tamiano Alu, from one of my old schools, Sacred Heart College in Auckland, Tamaki Makaurau, basically hinging Chris.
Yeah, it was. There was a bit of power going on in that scrum, and usually the first couple is about a bit of a testers and see where everybody's at. There's a good touch finder there into the Barbarians defensive line, so it should be good.
Nakora Wilson to throw in again. The Nafatukuda set piece has been working very well so far as they go down the back, and it's been turned over here onto New Zealand Barbarians side, and that's a powerful run up through the middle, still going strong. Recycled here now for the Barbarians, and the number 8's gone straight up the middle, and with the offload that doesn't find hands, but he's come back on the New Zealand Barbarians side again. It's taken up through the fullback Nori. Recycled well again as they crash up into the Nafatukuda half on the 10 metre line now. Recycle ball with Russell. Finds his fly half. Out into centre field with the lock there, Moranga Atunu. Good defence being shown here though by Nafatukuda. Not making much progress as the Barbarians spit it out to the right. Doesn't quite go to hand, but it's recovered well there from Lucas. So, another pass back into centre field that hasn't found hands, and the centre puts a kick in downfield to get us back on track. There's a pressurising kick there put forward from Solomon. As we see O'Connor now trying to find space in behind the Nafatukuda backs. And it's with Matheson. Return serve. And that's a pretty good kick.
Yeah, that was a great kick return, but just like on Saturday, the Ngā Whatukura team was struggling around the rucks, and once again they'll open up by the New Zealand Barbarians team. They just need to show up that area, around those rucks, around those A and B defenders. But no, they were able to recover very well, and they're back down into their half of the Barbarians.
Just a stoppage in play at the moment. Hawani Nakura Wilson, a Southland Boys High School player. Of course, they won the top 4 this year against Westlake Boys in the final from Ngāti Porou in the back play. He was one of those strong forwards on Saturday, I believe, Chris.
Yeah, he was. He was very strong around those rucks and hard attacking runner. And he's definitely a guy that the boys want to sort of get behind. And he'll lead from the front all day.
Go away from it.
So play getting back underway now after a little R&R break there and a couple of waters as the line-out's taken quickly here by the New Zealand Barbarians, and that's a barnstorming run by the number 8 Tane, but he's lost possession of the ball within his run, and we'll restart play with the scrum here to Nafatukuda just inside the New Zealand Barbarians half.
Once again from Saturday, the Ngā Whatukura team were getting right to the edges, and they were able to sort of split the defence of the Northland under-19s and gain a bit of traction around that area. So I think this game's going to be based on who can hold on to the ball the longest, and just build a bit of pressure and get them in the right parts of the field.
I think especially on a breezy day like this today, kicking's going to be important.
As the scrum is won there quite succinctly by Nafatukuda, and the kick has just got a bit too much legs on it and it's gone dead in goal, so we'll come back for the scrum restart here. New Zealand Barbarians will have the feed into the scrum.
I think what I've just said there, Chris, is probably quite vital, isn't it? He was trying to get that grass to hold the ball up and sit in the end goal.
Yeah, it pretty much just get it off, if you can call it that word, and it just sort of kept on going. It didn't stop in the on the ground, which means that the ground is still pretty firm, even though we've had a bit of rain floating around throughout the day.
So restart play with the scrum here. As Russell feeds for New Zealand Barbarians. We've gone down at the front again, but the referee has said clear that and let's play away. There's a slick little backline move that again has found the grass, and it's left up to Riley Lucas to recover, and he's done so very well there to get some good go forward ball again as Russell clears it back to O'Connor. He puts in the big kick downfield. It's taken there at the back by Hannah. He finds his full-back. It's a good little offload there, and they've found space down the right-hand flank there through Curtis Hannah. As we come back across to the left now, getting the forwards involved now. Nafatukuda. It's a good crash ball as they give it to the backs now. Oh, that's a crunching tackle there from the centre, Cooper Roberts. Some real aggression at the breakdown at the moment as Nafatukuda still have possession of the ball, and they come down the right-hand side again. That's a great offload down the right. Finds Curtis Hunter, but
Pass was forward.
the referee has found that travelling forward in transition. But exciting little play of backline moves there from Nafatukuda, Chris.
Yeah, Ngā Whatukura once again are finding some space on those fringes, out on those edges. And Curtis Hunter's had a bit of a field day on Saturday, and he's been able to find some space on that right hand side.
Well, he scored a hat trick, didn't he? And I think almost had a fourth too, and it was all down the right hand side, both first and second half.
That's right, exactly. So, New Zealand Barbarians here to watch those sides, watch those edges. They come up in defence. From the Barbarians, Alu was sort of caught on that far edge side, and they found him out, the New Zealand Whatukura team.
So we're back with the muscle man up front with another scrum here. Now Nafatukuda seem to just might have a slight advantage at scrum time at the moment. They've certainly started this game well. Earned themselves a penalty already at scrum time. But this will be Barbarians' ball. It's a very solid scrum there from the Barbarians this time as they let their backs. That's a great pass out to the right here. He's found his winger. And there's space on the outside for the left wing. But they've put a foot in touch.
Well, you can see the styles of both teams. They all wanted to get to the edge. Don't want to get to the far side and then build a bit of shape coming back into the middle. Just the Barbarians team, just a little bit unlucky with that pass there. They had a bit of a roll on.
We've seen one each go that way, haven't we now?
Both teams are wanting to play some good brand of rugby today.
As Nakora Wilson finds his man in the line-out, but unfortunately the referee has called them back here for a not straight infringement at the line-out.
Yeah, I've seen a question on the live stream. The man with the whistle is Andrew Morton from Bay of Plenty. Here's a little random fact for you guys. This live stream is brought to you by Bev's Broadcasting. 4 years, 364 days old. Birthday tomorrow for Bev's Broadcasting.
Happy birthday, Bev, and the broadcasting team. 5 years. Impressive. As the Barbarians get the ball in and out at scrum time again. Crash tackle play there from Cooper Roberts. He's met with some strong defence though, and the referee's going to come back here for a penalty at scrum time.
Yeah, I think that one's gone against the number 3 of Nafatukuda, Toyota Cameron from Francis Douglas Memorial College. So both scrum penalties going against the tight heads.
Look, there's a bit of heat coming into those scrums. Has he kicked that too deep? No, he's nailed it. A good nudge there.
Great clearance from Liam O'Connor. He's given his forwards the best opportunity here. 5 metres out from the Nafatukuda goal line with Odin Ryan to throw. Will he find his man? He goes down the back and there's a little switch play there to get it to JJ Fisher, who's crashed up and over the line. But he's held up. And that'll be a goal line dropout.
Well, this time last year when these two teams met, we actually saw the teabag go for Nafatukuda, and they scored from it from their own 22, from the opposition 22. So I'm wondering whether the Barbarians trying to learn from that.
Play restarted by Hone Matheson. He's found Ali Odin Ryan, who's really wound up and made a great run up over the 22. As good go forward ball here for New Zealand Barbarians. That's the other prop, Alu, going forward. Only 5 metres out from the goal line now as they come away to the left. Oh, it's some big contact there on Cooper Roberts. And the contact is fine, but we'll come back for a knock-on.
I think he's gone half and half there, Chris. I think he's tried to take the tackle as well as catch the ball.
Yeah, he saw that coming a mile away. They had a 3-on-1 overlap, so he had to make a bit of a decision. He decided to sort of go for an intercept, and I think he got a bit of a hand on it, or got the body in the way, because there was plenty of numbers out wide.
Yes, this is an attractive opportunity here for New Zealand Barbarians. They've got all their backs lined up out here to the right. Scrum time. 15 metres out from Nafatukuda goal line as the number 8 makes a great run off the back. It's Joey Tane as we come away to Cooper Roberts. Still going strong. Right on the goal line now. Inches away. So they try to muscle their way over. It's back through Joey Russell. He offloads it to another close go. So they come away to the left now. Numbers here, and Elliot and Ryan will drop down for the first try here today. Too much pressure there, Chris. Too much possession.
Yeah, look, that came from a very solid scrum just outside their 5 metre line from New Zealand Barbarians. And Joe Taumatane sort of took it off the back of the scrum and got some really good go forward. And then the boys just went to work there, just gained a bit of traction, kept ball on hand, and the hooker just gets in. Great try. And that's just from sustained pressure, really, from a good line out. And it just went into the scrum, and it's just built on from there. Ended up in a 5-pointer. Conversion, straight through the sticks, easy one right in front. 7-0 to New Zealand Barbarians.
Liam O'Connor gets himself on the board there with the conversion, and play will restart.
Big shout out, guys, to Kelly, who's doing our camera today. First time behind camera as well for a rugby match. Normally a filmmaker, so.
Surely rugby is the greatest movie of them all, Bev.
Oh, definitely. All three of us would know that.
As players restarted by Matheson here. It's taken down the inside the 22 by Powell for the Barbarians. Held to the back by Russell now. He finds O'Connor, who's going to spin it wide here. Finds his second 5, and I think that's Cooper Roberts again. Running strong into the defensive line. Back inside their own 22 now, New Zealand Barbarians. As we come away to the right-hand side, it's Arlu, I think, on the crash tackle. It's back to Liam O'Connor, who clears downfield. The Nafatukuda backs are waiting for it, though, with Norrie in position, the fullback now. He takes it into contact, and well recycled. It's just gone backwards in from the pass there, and not enough support there at ruck time for Nafatukuda as New Zealand Barbarians take it away quickly. And it's up through Powell there, the open side. Good attacking play here from New Zealand Barbarians. Down inside the 22 now, Nafatukuda. It's with Powell again. He offloads this time to JJ Fisher. Back with the fly half. The fullback's involved. He's beaten one. There's plenty of opportunity on the outside here now, and they'll find the winger. That's Nathan Salmon. And New Zealand Barbarians go in for their second try. More pressure, Chris.
Yeah, another great try, and that's a great build-up from New Zealand Barbarians. They got the penalty just in the middle of in midfield, and they decided to take a bit of a tap and keep the momentum going. And they've just been able to recycle the ball, found space on that left edge there. I think it looked like Curtis Hunter sort of came up to sort of make a spot tackle and missed his role, and he's gone through and scored on the left-hand side as Salmon.
Slightly more challenging option this time for Liam O'Connor from the sideline. But there's nothing that beats possession and sustained pressure in the game of rugby. If you can get those two things right, you'll be doing pretty well in most games. As O'Connor has a pretty good nudge at it, but just falls in front to the right of the uprights. And we'll press on at 12 points to 0. The New Zealand Barbarians over Nafatukuda.
Yeah, look, Ngā Whatukura just need to hold onto the ball for long periods of time. They had the position there, and there was a little bit of a mistake. They had to go back, they had to recycle again, and then they'll put under pressure. So, look, just get into their part of the field. If we can get Ngā Whatukura down there, they should be in good stead.
There's a restart there from Matheson, and Nafatukuda have gained possession here. It's a great attacking opportunity for them here to put some points back on the board. As the ball is recycled, it's in the back with Pender, who finds the fullback Solomon. So they come away down the left-hand side now with Eti. Solomon throws a big ball into the midfield. That's Hohepa Chandler. Through Matheson now. And the ball's just bounced forward there from the second five. And now Salmon's taking the ball. He's going to go all the way. 65 metres. And Nathan Salmon dots down for his second try of the game.
Yeah, that was a little bit unfortunate for the Ngā Whatukura team. Waito Hainga was sort of holding up the defence, just getting that outside defender to bite in. Once he did, he sort of passed it on, and unfortunately he came up with an error. And then Salmon, the left-hand winger from Whangarei Boys High School, picked it up and ran 65 metres.
Right, here's a try replay. Finally got that worked out. That wasn't that was my issue, not anyone else's. Yeah, just run out, and I think he's just done the old crocodile hands at it and snapped at it, knocked it on, and look, you're not going to stop a quick winger on with that pace, are you?
No, his eyes just lit up, and he was away to the races.
He's certainly got some wheels on him there, Nathan Salmon. He's definitely not lacking in pace, as Liam O'Connor lines up his third shot at goal here. And he struck that pretty well, but away to the right again.
Must give also a shout out to someone just off screen at the moment, which is Steph, who's behind camera up on the cherry picker. Even gave him one of my spare towels as well. He was worried about the thunderstorms coming in. Wasn't too keen on being up there, but he asked me since he was going up, would I give him a shout out? So I said yes, I will oblige.
Players restarted through Matheson again, and well claimed there by Radford Powell for the Barbarians. And O'Connor clears the exit play downfield. It's with the fullback Stanley Solomon, and that's a really good little nudge there. And he's found touch just outside the 22, so it won't be a 50-22.
Yeah, the assistant referee was sort of thinking, should I go over the line or should I just stay before the line?
It's a bit of a flip of the coin there. I think we were all wondering where he would stop there, Phil Black. But it's going to be Barbarians' ball, and they take it pretty quickly. It's well won in the centre of the line out there from Harry Irving. In the back now with Joey Russell at the base of the ruck, and Liam O'Connor puts up another big kick downfield. Solomon comes forward and claims it well. Beats one, beats two. What a step. Good footwork from the young fullback, and that's well recycled, but the ball's popped out and there was no one at the base of the ruck. And the big left foot downfield as Hundi Matheson has to come back and clean up. And he hasn't found touch here, so it's with Cohen Norrie, who brings it back. Oh, he's beaten two, and he's found a man on the outside as well, who is still stepping, and that is another try of the New Zealand Barbarians. Cooper Roberts going in this time, down the right-hand flank this time.
I haven't seen skills like that for a number 15s from Sacred Heart since about the 6Bs 2002 for Sacred Heart back then. Yeah, pretty good skills there though, Chris.
Yeah, look at New Zealand Barbarians are just sort of getting the rub of the green here. They're getting more position in the right parts of the field, and it's just unfortunate with this ruck over here. Nobody was at halfback. Another Barbarian player just came through the side, picked it up and kicked it through, put them on attack.
I think it was the best decision, just to tow it ahead. There was nobody back. It's a 50-50 when you do that sort of thing, because sometimes you might find the other player has a bit more pace than you, but no, credit to NZ Barbarians.
Yeah, look, the New Zealand Barbarians, like I said, are fully on top here, and that's just due to position, but as we look at the lineup of the conversion here for New Zealand Barbarians, Liam O'Connor. He's had a fair few practices and has gone to the other side.
Just overcorrected there on that one, and we've gone to the left this time. The New Zealand Barbarians have certainly been very punishing on errors from Nafatukuda. They've really capitalised well and find themselves up 22 points to 0. And we've got 11 minutes to go here in the first half as play is restarted by Nafatukuda. There's a bit of contact in the air. Play on, says referee Morton, and that's another barnstorming run upfield from Radford Powell out of St Andrews College. It's recycled back to O'Connor, but that's great rushing defence there, and they've just caught Riley Lucas behind the advantage line there. As the Barbarians recycle again. Got the big forwards going to work in midfield here. And well defended by Nafatukuda. Just turn that into a maul, strengthen the tackle, holding the player up and getting the turnover.
As the rain starts to sort of come in here, that was a great tackle by Liam Sturm, an old Hamilton Boys High player and Suburbs Junior from Hamilton here. He was able to get underneath and get some defenders around him, and they'll be able to hold him up into a maul, which is a turnover for a scrum for Ngā Whatukura. Let's see what they can do from here. They're in the middle of the park, a great attacking position.
Tell you what, guys, I heard the umbrellas go up before I saw the rain, but that rain is starting to come in a bit heavy now.
The scrum as well, cleanly won by Nafatukuda, and Stanley Solomon comes away with it. Makes 10 metres down the right hand side, and Nafatukuda earn themselves a penalty here. Hands in the ruck from New Zealand Barbarians, and this will be a great opportunity to bang it in the corner and put some sustained pressure here back on the Barbarians.
I think this is probably the first time they've been into the 22 of the New Zealand Barbarians, or the limited times that they've been in there, but they're smack bang on the 5 metre line.
They seem a bit shocked at the moment compared to the way they came out and just hiss and roared at the start of that Northland game.
Yeah, they are. It is a tougher test though, let's be honest.
Oh, it very much is, yeah.
Nakora Wilson finds his lock Dylan Iti in the middle, and Nafatukuda hot on attack here now as the Barbarians get their hands over this one, but there's no clear release, so Nafatukuda will have a penalty option here and a chance to really spread their wings here. There's another crash play there from Pohepa Chandler, but they'll come back for the penalty here. Not sustaining body weight from New Zealand Barbarians, in fact.
Yeah, look, the Ngā Whatukura team are just grinding it out here. They're just trying to get some traction, trying to get a bit of go forward, build some phases, keep their pressure on. But then, only 5 metres out into a scrum now, so that 8 of the New Zealand Barbarians team are part of a scrum, so it gives the backs prime opportunity, prime space to launch an attack or launch a raid.
It's amazing to think we've got only 8.5 minutes of first half action here, and it's been pretty good rugby.
It has been. It's been nice and fast, good brand of footy from both teams.
Great scrum position here for Nafatukuda. Jimmy Pender with the feed, finds Matheson, and that ball has found the ankles of Waitai Hainga, and well recycled here though. Back in possession still with Nafatukuda, although they're back beyond the 22 now, and it's been clipped high there in the tackle. Solomon takes it quick, he's going to go almost right through, slippery, up towards the try line, a metre away now, and the Barbarians have got their fingers on it and turned it over. And
yeah, safety being called there, I think. The Māori player that was injured in the tackle there.
yeah, we'll just stop play here for a moment while the injured player is attended to.
Yeah, look, Ngā Whatukura team had an opportunity there, just on the outside before the penalty was given, and a couple of loose passes went to ground, but they're in the right part of the field, so that's the main thing and a huge positive for the Ngā Whatukura team. As we look at the stoppage, it looks like he's might have been a bit of a high tackle, or he's holding onto his back of his neck.
Yeah, I think it was just from that tackle. Copped him a bit high, accidental.
He was just falling in the tackle there, Christian McEwen, and got clipped a bit high there. And looks like he's going to go off the field here. And the replacement player coming on might be...
I think it's a scrum. New Zealand Barbarians, because they were in position when play was stopped. So
I think Oscar Ritchie is the replacement player out of Ngāti Porou, Hastings Boys. High school attendee comes on for the injured player. So player restart here from the stoppage, safety stoppage. New Zealand Barbarians feed Joel Russell to feed the ball in for the Barbarians. As the rain continues to fall here at St Paul's Collegiate. It's just increasing in intensity a little bit as they win the ball from the scrum, and they use their second five there, Riley Lucas, to gain a few metres. And they've come right through the centre there. He's gone 40 metres downfield. He's put the kick and chase in here. But Stanley Solomon's getting back, just gets his fingers on it, and it's been taken back into in goal. That'll be a 5 metre scrum for the Barbarians.
Well, Chris, that just showed how important having guard dogs either side and in the middle of a ruck is, isn't it? That's where that break came from.
Yeah, look, that's the second time that New Zealand Barbarians have found a bit of space around that guard dog or that ruck area. That's something that the Ngā Whatukura team needs to sort out in the second half. Joey Tomatini just picked it up and away he goes and puts the little chip over the top and was able to put pressure on Stanley Solomon. And look what the result, they've gone all the way down to the other side, to the other end of the field.
Yeah, that's the second big run from Joey Tomatini. Powerful number 8. It's very hard to stop once he gets a bit of wind behind him, doesn't he?
He's a big unit.
And not a bad boot on him either, as we have a scrum reset. But another hot attacking opportunity here for New Zealand Barbarians. As the rain has just eased off a little bit.
Oh, sorry folks, it was me with the camera.
And Nafatukuda finally get a bit of joy as they earn a free kick here from the scrum.
It looks like it was early engagement by the looks of it.
And Matheson takes a quick tap and puts a big right foot to it downfield. It's claimed by O'Connor at the back. He sends it pretty quickly to Cohen Norrie, who puts a little chip in behind the line there, but it's well claimed by Solomon, who gets a lovely little offload there. And unfortunately, the pass has been claimed there by New Zealand Barbarians, who are back in possession through Powell. And a little knock on there from the tight head prop for New Zealand Barbarians, JJ Fisher. And they'll come back for the knock-on infringement.
Look, the Ngā Whatukura team had a bit of an opportunity off that turnover. Phoenix Tapatu was able to give a little pass to the outside. It was a 3-on-2 overlap. So I guess when you're in possession of the ball, you just want to sort of take care of it.
There's running repairs to a player from both sides here. So New Zealand Barbarians person run out, race out. Might be just a bit of blood though. Medic is the word I was looking for. that real technical term. You're supposed to laugh, Kelly. I'm being laughed at by the camera operator here, folks.
Well, if I need medical attention, I won't be coming to you, Dev.
No, fair call, Andrew.
But our medics do a fine job down here. They're an important part of our game. Keep our players safe.
I know a lot about injuries, just on how to get injured, not how to fix it.
As there's a good scrum here from the Barbarians, but it's held at the back there. As Jimmy Pender clears it away. And that's a really good kick actually downfield. He's found a bit of space, but Liam O'Connor's trucked back. And he's beaten one to get some good go forward ball and wait for his forwards to get behind him. As the ball's found the ground again here from the Barbarians. It's been effective, that slightly greasy ball, I'd imagine now, with a little bit of rain we've just had. As Nafatukuda come through the ruck there and managed to disrupt play. And the Barbarians have had to clear the ball away. But it's well claimed by Matheson with a bit of space. He finds his winger, puts a little chip and chase over the top here. And oh, it's a contest over the goal line. We'll have to go to the referees on this one.
I think Joe Russell might have just won that. Joel Russell, sorry, from Napier Boys High School.
Looks like he has, and they'll come back for goal line dropout.
Yeah, originally it was called as a 5 metre scrum taken back, but good officiating there by young assistant referee, his name's escaped me.
So that's Josh Waller there
Josh
on the
Waller,
sideline,
thank you.
who's helped the referee Morton there, that the ball was in the end goal. So when it was put dead by the Barbarians, so goal line dropout is restarted, and Matheson is back here on halfway. He takes the ball and offloads to Solomon, and he's gone straight to his winger, Hannah, and he makes another 10 metres down the side. Unfortunately, Nafatukuda have turned this over again, unable to clear off the jacklers there, and Barbarians have earned themselves a penalty at ruck time for holding on.
The New Zealand Barbarians have done very well to get out of that. They've put under pressure just off the kick receipt, and they were able to get to the goal line dropout, isolate the winger, and they had two defenders that were able to get over the top and cause a turnover.
And the Barbarians down inside Nafatukuda half again, just on the 10 metre, just outside the 10 metre line here. As Odin Ryan will have the throw into the line out, but it's been lost forward there at the front of the line out by the open side, Radford Powell, and Nafatukuda have got numbers out to the left now. They find hands. Solomon down the left flank. He's got options on inside and outside. He opts to take the tackle and recycle. It's popped up there with Pender. The open side flanker continues on. That's Hohepa Chandler. Back across to the left now. Taken forward by the centre, Joe Parkinson. Setting up again and recycling well here. Nafatukuda. Pender. Matheson opts to take the ball into contact. Well defended by the Barbarians though, but still in possession with Nafatukuda. Curtis Hunter getting involved now. From the right wing. Enterprising play here as they go left to right here. It's taken in by the forwards now. They're going to get to work here. Through Chandler, but it's been turned over here. And a bit of messiness in the ruck, and the Barbarians have come away with a penalty. Opportunity to clear away from their defensive end. In fact, that might be half time, as Liam O'Connor says that'll do us, and we go to half time here. New Zealand Barbarians 22, Nafatukuda, no score.
Bit of work-ons there for the New Zealand, Nafatukuda, sorry Chris. Well, New Zealand Barbarians just got to really do more of the same. Just a couple of little things they need to tidy up.
Yeah, look, New Zealand Nafatukuda team are just struggling to hold on to the ball, and they're getting really found out around the ruck area. They're not able to commit as many players, but they're not able to get the ball back to their number 9. New Zealand Barbarians, you know, they've got some rewards off a couple of the mistakes from the Ngā Whatukura team. So, you know, if both teams can sort of hold on to the ball a little bit longer, for long periods of time, build a bit of pressure again, you know, the scores will definitely increase as we get into the second half.
All right, we're back very shortly. Second half action. New Zealand Barbarians 22-0 over Nafatukuda. Kia ora, welcome back. Second half action. New Zealand Barbarians leading 22-0 over Nafatukuda. Just a reminder that New Zealand Schools taking on Australia 18s from 4 o'clock live on Sky Sport 1 and Stan Sport. Away you go there, Andrew Vico.
Yeah, Dylanetti has claimed the restart, and Nafatukuda have come out flying here, and they need some points on the board as Matheson shows a little right-left step combination, and Nafatukuda find themselves just outside the 22 centre field here in the Barbarians' defensive half. Jimmy Pender clears the ball away. Good little straight run there from Waitai Haina. And the halfback's got scragged there by a Barbarians defender, but recycled well. As it's with Stanley Solomon, who puts in a little crossfield nudge here, but it's been claimed there by Liam O'Connor at the back. And he'll take the free kick option now and gets a nice little left boot there downfield to Matheson, who offloads to Stanley Solomon. He offloads to the winger, who then finds Jorge Chandler. And the ball's been ripped away there by the Barbarians again as they find some space down the centre of the field through their prop, Alu. Although there's a Nafatukuda player's got over the ball there and earned himself a penalty there. Good body position there. I think that might have been the blindside flanker there.
Yeah, look, now Whatukura team are having to trust their defence. Liam Sturm gets over the ball and earns a turnover for his team. It's a play on, it's knocked back in by New Zealand Barbarians.
Well, they're going to have to get those crucial things right if they're going to come back into this game here in Nafatukuda, as the Barbarians force them back on their own goal line here now, as Matheson passes back inside to Solomon, who clears. It's a nice little boot, and it's just been trapped on the foot there by Liam O'Connor at the back. He finds his fullback Norrie, who's going to opt for the little kick in behind here as the winger there might have been Saunderson Ruafi, who clears the ball away, and this will be a line out throw in the hands of Eli Oden-Ryan for the Barbarians. Just on the 10 metres line here in Nafatukuda territory. Well, Nafatukuda have certainly come out and thrown the ball around, Chris. They've shown their intentions early.
Yeah, well they needed to. Their backs are against the wall, 22-0 down. So they need to play some attacking footy, some positive footy. And they started that overthrow, the New Zealand Barbarians.
Well, they'll need a few little things to go their way, and that's well claimed at the back there by Nakora Wilson on the overthrow, and they crash the play up over the halfway now in the capable hands of Matheson. He spins it wide to Parkinson, but the Barbarians' defence is holding strong, as it has for 40 minutes of this game so far. Recycled again with Pender. Solomon shows a step, tries to create some space for Parkinson on the edge. They've managed to come back now, and Pender has some clean-up work to do there, but there's no halfback with Pender in position, so Parkinson goes in and plays halfback. He finds Matheson at fly half. Some sustained pressure from the Barbarians forces Solomon to kick downfield, but the defence was just a bit too eager there.
I think it's in from the side. Chris, Nafatukuda's come out and played this second half the way they wanted, and probably the way they needed to at a fast pace and tempo.
Yeah, they do. Look, they've been able to hold the ball for a little bit longer periods of time. As we look at the kick here, gets them into the right parts of the field, gets them in attack. And this is when they need to really build a bit of pressure, launch from their line out, set piece.
Yep, just need to put some really solid phases together here as Nakora Wilson makes an excellent throw into the line out. It's well played by Dylanetti, and that's a crunching run there from the second five there. Waitai Haina, sorry. There's a high tackle there and that contact there from the Barbarians. That was on Oscar Ritchie, the reserve lock. And this gives Nafatukuda more possession and more territory as they opt for the clearance into the line out again.
That's a great nudge.
That's a great nudge.
Look, this puts Ngā Whatukura back on attack and in a prime position to launch from their line out. But what they need to do is probably be more dominant in that ruck area. They're just sort of holding off a little bit, trying to get to the edges. They're not committing enough players, but they just need to get the ball back, do their first job right, and then they're able to attack with the outside speed with Curtis Hunter and getting those boys involved. The other boy that needs to get involved is the number 8 from Ngā Whatukura. Outstanding game on Saturday, but he needs ball in hand. Oh, a bit of a trick play here. Oh, it didn't go 5.
I think it might have just been not straight there, Chris. He looked at an acute angle that the ball ended up in Hohepa Chandler's hands. Just had some substitutions come on in that last stoppage there for Ngā Whatukura with the 21 Mac Russ replacing Jimmy Pender at halfback, along with a Mighty Leaf replacing Toyota Cameron.
Yeah, like for like swaps those guys, halfback and tight heads, based on what they both played last week. A shout out to Jimmy Pender's mum, if she is watching on the live stream. I'm not sure if she was watching on the live stream or in person today, but she was definitely here on Saturday.
You definitely hear her, wouldn't you, Beth?
Yeah.
Well, the Barbarians trying to run it out from their goal line out with Riley Lucas, and he creates a good little exit opportunity here for the fullback there, Cohen Norrie.
Yeah, just a normal exit play, straight off the back of the line out, off the line out to the midfield, set a ruck, build a wall, get it back to your kicker, and out it goes.
Yeah, the Barbarians have certainly done those basic plays and very well in this game. Kept the basics right. As Eti claims another one in the line out. He's been very strong today, but the ball's been lost in midfield there by Phoenix Tapatu. And the Barbarians bring it away down the left-hand flank. They've found their winger who's very strong in contact, and he finds Joey Russell on the inside, who throws the big dummy, and inside ball will mean that Salmon picks up a hat-trick here today. Nathan Salmon, who's just given himself a falcon there, but what an effort today with the hat-trick. Might need to work on his try celebrations, but lovely effort there from Nathan Salmon, ending off that fast play from the Barbarians.
Chris Tane, I think that dummy's just been sold on Trade Me for $100, isn't it?
Oh, fair. And going up. I just wanted to correct myself on the last one. Nathan Salmon, I said Whangarei Boys High, but he's actually from Old Boys Marist Whangarei, so excuse me for correcting myself there, but gets him with a hat-trick and he'll be happy with 3 meat pies, that's for sure.
And I would say, Chris, that sometimes it's my handwriting, but I've just looked and no, I can read it's Old Boys Marist Whangarei.
It's been a lovely day at the office there for Nathan Salmon, and for Joel Russell, the halfback as well, who was quite pertinent in that try down the left flank here is Liam O'Connor.
Oh, that's the post.
It's hit the post there.
Got a little good kiss.
And the way the New Zealand Barbarians, they might not just stop at 3 tries. You might get a couple more after this. They're getting some really good traction on that left-hand edge there. The covering tackle wasn't dominant enough, and they were able to pass on the inside. And just the support play from New Zealand Barbarians has been outstanding today.
If you want to see the highlights of both games on Saturday and photos of the New Zealand Barbarians versus Skills last Saturday, you'll see the links in the live stream description.
As the Barbarians in possession now from the restart, and it looks like they're going to keep spinning it wide here, or in fact, as I put the jinx on them with the clearance down field, and that's gone right into the mud patch, but it's out on the full. And we've just had a little bit of an interesting quick play there, but they're going to come back and form the line out here. But
Yeah. You could see what Nafatukuda was trying to do there, Chris, but execution just hasn't been there day to day.
No, it hasn't. It's a stark contrast from Saturday. However, they've still got a bit of fight inside them. They just need to win some position of this ball, which is a bit messy, but they'll take that.
yeah, an interesting trick play there from the line out. I think it fooled everyone, including the lock, as Nafatukuda now crash up over the 22. In position here, they've got options to the left and the right. They go to the left through Matheson. Little run around playing behind, bringing in all the plays here. Oh, he's just got a hand on it, I think, there from a Barbarians player. No, in fact, no touch from the Barbarians. Straight into touch from the Nafatukuda pass. And so the Barbarians have another opportunity to exit out of their defensive end here again.
Look, what I've been really, really impressed with New Zealand Barbarians is their defensive line. It's like everybody just paused.
Yeah, I think everyone knew it was almost straight to the halfback.
Yeah.
Andrew, I've forgotten about something today, and I really wish I hadn't remembered. Must say congratulations, Chris, you can block ears, to the Broncos for beating the Warriors on Saturday night.
Yeah,
Oh, well, I'm very happy, Andrew, that's for sure.
it was certainly a dominant performance by the Broncos, and I think all in all, the two most dominant teams have ended up in the grand final over the whole year. So it's fair, but what a run from the Warriors. Next year could be our year.
And hey, congratulations to Andrew Webster for being Coach of the Year as well.
That's right, and congratulations to Kalen Ponga on his robbery of Sean Johnson.
Oh, so I was wondering who took it off Sean. All I heard was he didn't get it, not who got it.
Look, with new replacements coming on, Andrew, it's the front row is trying to find their feet and get into the game a little bit.
Yeah, that first scrum after the change is always just to get the front rowers to get their feet and see where the muscle men are going to work it out up front. And there's a little bit of range just coming again. Little showers come over, which adds an extra challenge as Nafatukuda come away with the ball. He's got a little behind the back play there. And well recycled. It's spun wide by the reserve half there. That's Mac Russ. As Nafatukuda continue to throw caution into the wind here and spin it wide. And hands in the ruck there from New Zealand Barbarians. A bit too eager there at ruck time, and
I think that's the third time in this game. Actually, first time this half they've been penalised for putting some hands in there when they're not allowed.
yeah, they've certainly been very aggressive at ruck time, trying to show their dominance there in those rucks and phase play. But now Nafatukuda really need to come away with some points here.
Like I was talking about before, New Zealand Barbarians have a good defensive structure, and that penalty didn't need to happen. He just needed to trust the structure with those boys around him, get back into the defensive line, and just trust their line speed, which has been outstanding all day.
A couple more replacements have come on there for Nafatukuda. The 23's on the field, Will Cole alongside Quinn Sturmey in the 20. There's a good drive here now for Nafatukuda from the line out. They're getting some good go forward here now. As the big units get to work. Everyone's joining in. They're rolling towards the line now. It's come out to the left. Just short. There's a penalty option here, dragging down at more time. As Russ takes a quick tap. And they'll try and barge their way over here short now with the rumble plays. Comes away to the right as they slowly move towards centre field. Not a great pass there from Russ, but it's well handled as they find the man on the outside, but pass is just slightly out in front of him and couldn't quite hold on to it. That was Will Cole, who's on the field here on the right wing now. And another opportunity goes begging.
Yeah, it's just been one of those opportunities where just that final pass hasn't been able to stick to hand, and unfortunately for Ngā Whatukura, that they haven't been able to capitalise on a lot of the work that the forwards have been doing, just been struggling out widey on the edges. We were on Saturday, they were all sticking, Bevan, weren't they?
Oh, they were. They had plenty of opportunities and they capitalised on it. Different day, different game though, and different conditions. Still young players as well. You learn from more of your mistakes than you do from your wins.
I don't want to throw any conspiracies out here, lads, but it seems to be every time Nafatukuda's on attack, it starts raining.
Yeah, well,
I think the weather could be a bit kinder to them because
maybe Dave Dillon, the New Zealand Barbarians, has got something to do with the men upstairs.
could be. And then the sun comes out when the Barbars have got the ball, as they produce a pretty strong scrum there down deep inside their territory here. And they've really exited well in this half as they set up another wall, and clearance is made. It's in the hands of Cole, who finds Solomon in midfield. He finds the speedster on the outside there. Steps one, beats two, and met with some crunching defence. But another penalty infringement from the Barbarians, and it's taken quickly there by the replacement half, Russ. He finds Nakura Wilson out here onto the right flank. He's got a man on the inside, a man on the outside. He opts to take the contact. The ball's well recycled. Oh, he's got a bit of a running start there. Well timed. Yep, I think that's a fair penalty. The 20 was just slightly offside there.
Stanley Solomon, where did that come from?
So a few fits and giggles going on behind us from some of the Nafatukuda supporters. Got that play, but they got the penalty at least.
Hey, you got to try these, though. You got to have a good crack.
Nafatukuda, another line out option here. Hot on attack, 5 metres out from the New Zealand Barbarians goal line. Nakura Wilson, he's found his man Dylan Etty with ease almost today, and he goes to him again. He's got a very good line out structure, but that's a great counter drive there by the Barbarians. And the ball has ended up on the ground, and Dylan Etty's just gone in there and picked it up and run away with it. As he crashes the ball up into centre field now. What could Nafatukuda work on here as they build some attack here? There's a bit of an isolated run there though, and they've turned the ball over. It's needed a bit more support there unfortunately, and the Barbarians clear the ball away downfield. It's with Hone Matheson here at the back to launch something else. He finds his man Solomon, who's going to opt for another little chip, but it's gone straight into the hands of the blindside flanker there, Bradford Powell. And now a penalty infringement. It's taken quickly by Joel Russell, and he puts boot to ball, forces Nafatukuda way back inside their defensive half again. Right on the goal line now. He needs some support here, does the replacement half there, Mac Russ, as the Barbarians flood them in defence. And a charge down here will go dead and goal. And we'll restart play of the scrum here for Nafatukuda.
Well, there's a long phase of play, to be honest. Well, it wasn't phase, it sort of just kept on going. They just wanted to play some attacking footy. New Zealand Barbarians once again put Nafatukuda team under pressure, and are now able to get themselves a goal line dropout. Look, Nafatukuda just need to relax. There's still a bit of time.
Yes, neither side is going to leave anything to chance. As the hat-trick hero here, Nathan Salmon, unfortunately knocks the ball on there from the restart.
Well, that's one mistake you're allowed per day, isn't it?
I'd probably take one knock on versus 3 tries myself. I'd be happy to put that in my pocket.
You were talking about a bit of opposites, guys. I heard a funny story at Golden Oldies on the last weekend after being here. Someone got a, the funny prize award of the day for partially tearing a calf muscle playing darts. She missed the board completely and stomped her feet in anger and did herself an injury that way.
Well, darts is a pretty tough game.
Especially on the legs, especially on those calves.
As play restarts here from the scrum, and it's Curtis Hunter there taking a crash play into centre field. As Nafatukuda really throwing caution into wind now. They've gone right out here to the left edge. And they put a little kick in behind there for the winger, flying down the side. But it's well covered there by the replacement players here for New Zealand Barbarians. The 22 and the 23 are on the field. That's Hugh Robinson and Ollie Gurin. The Barbarians now in position, and there's an offside, but Cohen Norrie has gone straight through. He's found the man on the outside, Nathan Salmon. Chris has picked this one. It's a fourth try.
Chris Tane, probably the best one of the four actually. He had to do some work. That pass was a bit wonky and still had some metres to make.
Yeah, look, New Zealand Barbarians, there was actually spaced out wide too. They had a fair few players on the outside, but there's been able to spy a bit of space through the midfield, and he's taken it. Been able to throw a huge looping pass out to Salmon, and he's in the left-hand corner. And yes, he did have to do a fair bit of work, but just look at his speed. His speed was able to get on the outside and score in the left-hand corner.
Look, and Kelly's good camera work there actually. I was watching that and he's tracked it pretty well.
Yeah, once again, there we go. There's the space from Cohen Norrie. Had some guys on the inside, decided to go out to Nathan Salmon and just put on the afterburners on the left-hand side, and away he goes.
Certainly not lacking in pace, Nathan Salmon. He's really showing us all his tricks today, and amongst his 4-try haul. And looks like the replacement player there is Hugh Robinson in the 22, I think, for the Barbarians, and he has put that right between the uprights.
Not an issue. Big day here in Kirikiriroa on Saturday, guys. Waikato taking on Canterbury. Sorry, when I finally find the words. And Bunnings NPC at 2:05, and then 4:35 out of the Black Ferns taking on the Wallaroos from Australia.
Yeah, there's been a few things been happening around Kirikiriroa for the Black Ferns game, and let's just hope that Waikato are able to carry on with the great form that they've been showing the last 2 or 3 games.
As the Barbarians looking like they really want to turn it up now, I think, because they are showing some real purchase here at the breakdown, but there's just been a forward pass here, I think, or a lost forward in transition. And Nafatukuda will have another opportunity here to try and put some points on the board. Another couple of reserves that have found their way on the field there. Jack McCarthy for Nafatukuda has replaced Nikora Wilson, and also Blake Lidgard has come on there at second 5, I think, or potentially fly half. There's a play that's broken down there in midfield, but Nafatukuda still in position, and they've found the man on the outside, and he's found Will Cole there on the inside with a good ball. But a good counter ruck there from the Barbarians, have just walked their way over the top of that. Well defended. And the Barbarians now in position, as that's a strong run there up the centre of the field by number 20, Somaki. And there's number advantage out to the left edge, but they opt to kick downfield. Claimed by the number 24 at the back there, Blake Lidgard. Cole puts the ball in the air. Here comes the reserve hooker down the flank. Wow, it's a great run by the hooker. He's made the tackle as well. A bit of aggression there from Nafatukuda at the breakdown, but the Barbarians have got themselves a penalty there. We've got a number 27 on the field for New Zealand Barbarians, but I don't have him down here in the book, so Collegiate to 27 is on the field.
Just being told, guys, the reason why there's a couple of people wearing some Wallaroos jerseys, they're actually training out here after this match. The Australian women's side. And a great stat to New Zealand fans, for Black Ferns fans, Australia have never beaten the Black Ferns in a 15-a-side match.
Always the man with the stats is Curtis Hunter. He won't stop running all day. It's a good run from him as he finds Solomon in midfield. Mac Russ has a bit of attention on him there at the back of the ruck there from Somaki. Solomon again now to the right. He finds Dylanetti. The forwards are going to throw caution to him. That's a lovely little ball around the corner there that finds Will Cole. And it's just been knocked on there in the chaos by the New Zealand Barbarians. And Nafatukuda will retain possession here after the scrum, provided they win it.
With 10 minutes to go, both teams are still wanting to play some good brand of footy. They're still wanting to go, play some width and play out to the edges. As we look at a scrum here, I think the Ngā Whatukura team need to sort of look to the back passage. They've gone to the front the last two times. I think if you can read the play here, they're going to look to probably go to the back and look at the head on that far edge.
The ball's fed into the scrum now by Mac Russ. He finds the replacement fly half Lidgard. He throws a big pass out to the left to find the fullback Solomon. He puts the kick forward for the speed men on the outside. It's well covered there by the 22 for New Zealand Barbarians. That's Hugh Robinson. And great pressure there from Nafatukuda.
Yeah, look, that was a little bit unlucky there. Ngā Whatukura just flopping on top of the one of the New Zealand Barbarians as he was going for the ball. Usually you need to try and let them get up off the ground before you can actually flop onto them. But hey, look, they're in the right part of the field now, Ngā Whatukura. Their lineouts have been working pretty well. Let's see, probably into a drive.
So the replacement hooker there, Caleb Tapara. It might be Tupara. Has thrown the ball into the line out. And there's a good little rolling ball there. And Nafatukuda gets some points on the board here today.
Well, Chris, they deserved to come out of this with something, didn't they? They've been playing the second half well. They've made the similar mistakes to the first half, but they've played some more positive rugby.
Yeah, look, they've had probably more opportunities in this half. They've worked it off a really good line-out. And just being able to sort of get in tight, withstand probably the first initial shunt from the New Zealand Barbarians, and then they're trying to get gone into second gear. Here we go, off the top of the line out into a maul, and they've got them really tight here. The initial shunt comes to the New Zealand Barbarians, trying to push them towards the sideline, and then they've been able to get that over.
I think that's Lidgard who's had a crack there at the conversion. That's away to the left there from Kaitahu descent out of Westlake Boys.
Yeah, runners up in the top four. Just a reminder, at 4:05 p.m. kickoff from Canberra, the New Zealand Schools taking on the Australians under-18s, live on Sky Sport, folks, if you want to catch that one. Don't click on any links or anything else like that, folks. Only live on Sky Sport. Courtesy of Stan Sport in Australia.
Yeah, look, this should be a really good game. They played very well on Saturday, New Zealand Schools. Good to go to Australia and to test themselves.
There's a skinny restart there from New Zealand Barbarians, and it looks like it's snuck over the 10-metre line, but it's just been lost forward there by Cooper Roberts.
I think Phil Buckback said no, it hasn't quite gone 10. I thought it might have just kissed a bit of the chalk there, but referees sole judge of fact and time, as you and I would know, Andrew, and much to Chris's disgust at times as coach.
Yeah, it was a close one, that one, but I can live with either way, to be honest. I think full black, or maybe the ref has ruled that just got a fingertip on it before it's gone over the 10. So Nafatukuda will have a scrum on halfway, which is delectable for their attacking options here. Got 3 players out to the left and 3 to the right, so they've got options either way here. Five minutes left here, second half. New Zealand Barbarians 34 over Nafatukuda 5.
Nafatukuda, looks like they're going to strike to the left-hand side of the scrum here. If you look at their attacking setup, 2 defenders, 3 attackers on that left-hand side. No, they come to the right. As they go from the back of the scrum into the wing. Opens up some space.
Great little use of the space there, finds Will Cole on the outside. And Nafatukuda really turning on the heat there in the last 5 minutes, showing their attacking prowess, but the Barbarians have got over the ball there. Great body position there. Well earned penalty there by, might be the number 6, was it again?
Got a funny feeling it is the blind side that's gone straight over that, and you could probably hear the New Zealand Barbarians coaches clapping in the background, saying well deserved.
Look, that's one area that the New Zealand Barbarians have been all over the top of Ngā Whatukura, is on the over the ball. You know, couple more fellas there, and Ngā Whatukura haven't been able to clear the rucks.
Apologies, it was Cooper Roberts that got over the ball there. Well earned turnover by the centre. Can do it all. As New Zealand Barbarians thrown to the line out now through their reserve, Caleb Tupara. This is strong play for the Barbarians, but well held up here by Nafatukuda, and it'll be another collapse maul here. Well defended. Just got under the ball carrier there. Good height shown by the defence there, and used their strength to turn it into a maul.
It was a pretty quick call, Chris Tane, but he's been pretty consistent today, Andrew Morton, on that.
He has been. Yep, he's been on the ball on in and around those rucks, and when you don't get both knees to the ground and get some defenders around it, he's been really, really well and controlled that area really, really good.
As Russ feeds the ball in here, and it's come out the back there with the number 20. It's Quinn Sturmey, and they've got it away on the outside there. Here comes Stanley Solomon through the middle, gets the boot to it. He's in front of the race here with the ball stay in, but it's beat everyone over the dead ball line. And they'll come back for a scrum where the ball was kicked from, through there by Stanley Solomon.
Yeah, that was a great pass from Ngā Whatukura midfielder. I didn't get who it was, but he was able to clear about three players and just get the ball straight to the wing. And they were able to get some good go forward around that left-hand edge here.
Yeah, they've certainly got some pace on the outside, Nafatukuda, with, well, it was Curtis Hunter originally, but he's moved into the centre position, and they've got Will Cole, and I think it's still at Amana Saunderson Ruarafi on the other wing. As the ball is chipped into centre field by the Barbarians, cleaned up by Cole, and he finds Mitchell, who's on the field. As Nafatukuda spinning away to the right, and they've had a little trick play there from Curtis Hunter, and he's chipped the ball through. Nathan Salmon's come back to clean up here, and running out from his own goal line. Oh, he's run it straight there.
Had a wall.
He did hit a wall, and he's hurting. He's still down. There's our 4-try hero, Salmon.
There's the Barbarians clear away now through the number 26. And it's a pretty good nudge there from the replacement player. He's found open country back here in the Nafatukuda, defensive end. And Lidgard puts it into touch, but the Barbarians say, no sir, we're going to play on here. As the replacement front rower there, Kupita, crashes the ball up over halfway. Little chip and chase here for the man on the outside. Who's going to win this one? Oh, the ball's bounced brilliantly for Liam O'Connor. And he's going to add 5 points to his tally for the day as he'll dot down right between the sticks.
Well, Chris Tane, I mean, that's just pure bounce of an over ball.
I do have to have a bit of a quiet chuckle because Ngā Whatukura team have tried 3 chips over and they sort of haven't eventuated, and then go to New Zealand Barbarians. First time they do it, back inside they score a try. It's been sort of one of those days for Ngā Whatukura, just haven't been able to get the rub of the green, which has been unfortunate, but that's footy, isn't it?
Yes, they certainly haven't had things go their way, but it's been a very comprehensive performance by the New Zealand Barbarians unit here. They've looked very slick in all areas, to be honest. Their attack has been strong, defence has been great, and set plays as well. And that's full time here at St Paul's Collegiate.
We'll have a look at that replay just before we wrap things up. And yeah, no, it was just that little dinky little chuck through, and it was just unfortunately misread there by Stanley Solomon, the Tane Rugby Football Club in Te Whanganui Atara, Wellington, and a gift 7-pointer in the end. But guys, what an excellent game of display of schools footy we've had out here.
Yeah, look, it was a very comprehensive win by New Zealand Barbarians. A couple of boys that did stand out for me was Joey Tamatini, the number 8. In that first half, he came along with some barnstorming runs, and that was sort of one of Liam O'Connor, the number 10 from Palmerston North Boys High School, and Colin Norrie, the 10 and 15 combo was outstanding. So from Ngā Whatukura side of things, things didn't go their way today. A lot of boys sort of put their hand up and still played with a lot of heart. Unfortunately, the scoreline is sort of flatters New Zealand Barbarians a little bit, 41-5. But they were able to build from this and work on for heading into next year or wherever they want to go from here.
Yeah, so that's it from here. Big thanks to Kelly, who's been our camera operator today. First game for a while behind camera. And big thanks to both Andrew Verco and Chris Tane. Thanks guys for being in commentary. You keep doing a good enough job for me to ask you back, so it's a pleasure to have you both. Just a reminder again, New Zealand Schools taking on the Australian Under-18 team at 4:05 PM, live on Sky Sport this afternoon, as well as 2:05 Monday afternoon, both those times in New Zealand time, remember folks, live on Sky Sport and Stan Sport. Until next time, next game, for the New Zealand Māori's teams coming up is next Friday. The Ngā Marikura girls team is taking on the New Zealand Barbarians girls from Navigation Home Stadium. That match will be live streamed also to Bev's Broadcasting YouTube channel. So if you'd like to watch that one is live at 12 PM. Until then folks, ka kite anō.